me.
But yeah, so let's move on to the next topic, man. And this one I kind of felt was like a big one. You know, cryptocurrency is booming right now. You know, there's a lot of things going on in this world that are involving cryptocurrency and NFTs and all of that stuff. And you know, there's like the metaverse and all these games that people are creating that you know you can actually earn money or make money in these things. And it kind of reminds me of like you know how people used to make money back in like World of Warcraft, like beginning days, you know, the miners and stuff like that, you know, farming all of that material and stuff, and then selling it on some market and like, hey, meet me over here, and you know, or like exchange the stuff or whatever. But Peter Molyneux, who was the basically like the creative director or like the head of Lionhead Studios, has come out with like a new game that's supposed to be like an NFT. But this one's kind of interesting. It's like not like a regular game, at least not yet, anyways. But it's basically like he created all these plots of land, and then he's selling all these plots of land. I guess over the weekend, and each of these little pieces of land were bid on and whatnot, and they're going for like crazy prices. I mean, like the title says up there that it was one was sold for almost nearly 900K. So he accumulated about 53 million in total with these plots of land. But in order to play the game, you need a plot of land. So how do you get with this game? I mean, can you enter the world and just buy stuff? I mean, basically, these people are buy this land, and then once the game is finished enough to give them access, they'll be able to go in there, build the building up, put their brand on there, and put their items on display. So these will be all NFT items and stuff like that. But I'm not sure exactly as to what a gamer like you know you or I would even be able to do in this world, especially since all the land is gone now. You know, what do you guys think about all this?
I
I think
think
What's
it's
good, Arachnid?
go ahead, Mark.
I would say, this is all like uncharted territory stuff. I am so surprised that people are willing to drop almost 1 million on a plot of land. That is very shocking to me. But obviously, they're taking a big risk, right? They
Yeah,
want to capitalize on their own little marketplace,
and the
uh,
name.
and the name. So there it's a big gamble because who knows? What if every good game developer we know is starting their own legacy versions? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who's to say that those ones will be more popular? Everyone's going to forget about this except for the guy that spent 900K. I would just, it's hard to swallow, and I'm still learning about all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm speculating 100%, but it just seems so risky to me. I would never spend a penny on anything in this crap right now, as of right now. So it's just, dude, it's just surprising that people are dropping this kind of money. So I hope it works out for them, and I think we'll see a lot more of these stories coming soon by other developers that are trying to get their piece of the pie in this way. So
Yeah, I think so. This whole metaverse NFT thing is very interesting. I think it may be it could potentially have there's a potential for it to be the new frontier in the sense of the next big um, cash cow to feed the American public, kind of like the internet was. I mean, someone always seems to invent something, or something always seems to come along.
Mhm.
Um, Something always seems to come along that bails us out and creates more wealth for us to continue growing. And we just always continue creating wealth as a society and just keep continuing to rise. The economy just continues to grow, and you think there's a limit, but we always seem to come through with something to create more avenues, more marketplaces. And
Yeah.
this is interesting to me because I think that gaming is here to stay. I don't think it's going anywhere. And because of that, this is not as risky as it looks. But
Mhm.
I'm partly with Mark. Like, I have a hard time spending that kind of money on something that's virtual and not real. But I do know that gaming is here to stay in a lot of ways. And so I think it's not as
Mhm.
risky as it may look. And I
Yeah.
also think that Molyneux might be the first big name developer who's announced their own thing. Um, who's announced their own thing um, in the metaverse. I don't think any of the big names have. I think all basically off-brand developers, like indie type developers, I think are
Hmm.
the primary ones that have built these metaverses. So
Right.
Molyneux is kind of like the first big one. And I don't
Yeah.
know if I agree with Arachnid that it's going to be a bust. Dude, if you could buy, here, listen to this. Think about Fortnite. If you can buy a unique skin that's a one of a kind and it's an NFT, dude, a lot of people are going to want that. If you have like a marketplace full of like one of a kind, that's a big marketplace.
Yeah,
In my
man.
opinion, where people can buy and trade and sell. I think video games are so big right now. I think kids are growing up with video games. I think it's going to become more and more part of society, a societal norm, because kids are growing up with them. So as they become adults, it's going to be normal. Gaming is going to be normal for them. And they're the ones that are coming up, not us. Like the kids who are all the generation, every kid I know, I work in the schools, all the kids are playing video games. Every one of them are. So they're going to grow up. They're going to grow up with video games being an absolute norm. I don't think video games are going anywhere. I think those are massive marketplaces, especially inside the game, and especially
Hmm.
buying digital items inside the game. I think are going to be massive. And if they allow people to buy and trade and sell these things, that's a huge market. I believe that's going to be that. I just believe that.
Yeah, I mean, Arachnid said, already rich people will buy this stuff because it's low risk for them. People will buy NFTs to a point. People with average money, it's true in a sense. I feel like the people with all of the money, right, the liquidity, will be able to go out and purchase these things. Just like this dude just goes ahead and purchases 900K, plot of land or whatever, without batting an eye, probably, for something that has not even been completed. You know what I mean? This is just an idea that's in Peter Molyneux's head. You don't know exactly where it's going. You just know that there's a possibility here. Um, I feel like NFTs will be around for a while, a long, long time, if not permanently from now on, just because of the simple fact that it manages to make poor people rich as well as the rich people getting richer. Like this is just something that you create. You literally create something with a little bit of computer skill or none, with art skill or none. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And if people are behind you, then you can make good money out of this. You can,
it's no
make a living
different.
with this.
It's no different than the real world. A
Yeah.
poor person can become rich if you invent an item people want, like the one
Yeah.
guy who invested post-it notes or whatever.
Mhm.
You were poor until you thought of something people wanted. And when you found
Right.
out something people wanted, you became rich. And this is just another avenue for people to do that. And I think it's an avenue in which is going to stick around. I think the risk, if I was going to address Arachnid, I think the risk is picking the game, is picking the metaverse that will stick. That's
That's
the
true.
risk.
Yeah,
So it's
that's gonna
trying
be a
to
tough one.
find the metaverse that will stick, and that's where it will stick. So if Peter Molyneux's game is one that blows up like Fortnite, then that 900K is going to shoot up in value. And
Yeah,
I go ahead, Mark.
and that's exactly what I was saying. Other developers, I think that's where the risk lies. Like for example, we're talking about Fortnite. Let's say Epic made their own metaverse, and Epic is
Hmm.
offering plots of land. Hey, you want to buy a plot of land? This land is going to be in every game
That's
that
just
we
going
have.
like crazy, bro.
Imagine that. Like
Yeah.
big companies, big commercial companies, I would assume they're like, oh yeah, McDonald's, let's put up billboards in all your games. We'll give you billions of dollars for that because it's just advertising.
Right.
So I think that I think the risk is which game, which area you're gonna buy land in. But I do
Mhm.
see this coming forth because Sir Knight made a valid point. All the youngins nowadays, like all my coworkers at work, they're talking about their daughters and kids. They play games so much, and I'm like, that's cool. Your 12-year-old daughter is all about gaming because back when we were kids, people played games, but it was a little more, it was a little more, I guess, nerdy. Now everyone just plays games. It's just a norm.
Yeah.
But I would say that more of this is probably going to come. I wouldn't quite like bet on one yet, but like let's say let's say in the future though, MMOs, that would be really cool if everything in your MMO you can buy and sell with crypto. You could subscribe to the game with crypto. You could trade people in this, or if they have their own, let's say gold for World of Warcraft is gold coin or some shit.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
be cool to use that for subscription. So when you're bartering in the game, it's like, wow, I could just play this game for free if I play my cards right. Because some of my favorite times at MMOs, when me and my brother used to play EverQuest, we started in the year 2000. Me and my brother, we never leveled up high. All we did was go in town and trade and beg people for items. There's a point where my brother got there's a point where my brother would ask my dad, "Hey, can you list these items on eBay?" He sold a staff at the age of 9 for over $100 on eBay. So I would say things like this are going to come about. You're going to get items in games one day, be able to sell them, get money in your pocket.
I think NFTs, man, are the coolest idea when it comes to like pushing marketplaces forward. Honestly, like I believe that with all my heart because NFTs are bringing to the virtual gaming world what already exists in the real world. Like when I see Marcus wearing that sweater, like there are literally a finite number of those sweaters. It's not like in the video game world right now, everyone like has the same skins, has like they earn the same things. There isn't really a whole lot of uniqueness.
Right.
Like if you can make it to where people can buy and sell unique things, like I think that's like, and NFTs have made that possible. Where before, it wasn't like that. You just buy, you buy the digital outfit or whatever. There isn't like something unique that you just purchased.
And I
like,
mean,
that's so cool to me.
And honestly, like, let's be real, NFTs have been around for a lot longer than this stuff, right? Like, I mean, all of the cosmetics that you purchase in Halo Infinite multiplayer or Call of Duty or whatever, all of those gun skins and stuff like that, all of those are technically NFTs, right? You paid money for those items to get them. Now, if you could take those items and put them back on the market to resell again, now we're talking something different. We're saying that okay, I pay this $20 for this little skin on my gun, but I can use it for a while, and when I get tired of it, I can put it back on the market. And because there's not so many of them, I can get that money back. And then
this was always what I was concerned with when I first jumped into Hearthstone. Because I was used to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a real world card game where you trade with real people, your real cards. And Hearthstone, once you purchase the card, it's just stuck. You can't do anything else with it but play with it. This would allow me to trade other people what I own. And I think that's like huge. This NFT thing has made it so much, is opened up just a whole new avenue, a whole new market avenue. I think the plots of land thing is a little strange, and it might be a tad early, but that's not really that ridiculous. Like I think that's just the next step where you can buy physical portions of that world. I don't see anything wrong with that.
If you
I don't
have
see anything absurd about that.
Yeah, especially if you have a business, let's say like you're, Nike or whatever, Nike's getting into NFTs, and you're telling me that maybe this game or whatever Legacy is like some type of a shopping center or something. You go in here virtually, you can go to the stores, buy the stuff you want or whatever. Then I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna make all of my NFTs. So as soon as that shit drops, boom, my store is filled up, and then and I can create that buzz and stuff.
I would say if the first company, my guess, if I had to gamble, is Valve is working on this right now. And the reason why I say that is because all of Valve games, if you buy a skin in Counter-Strike, you can sell it for real money on the Steam store to other people. If you play Dota, all your skins and cosmetics, you can sell and trade to other people. So Valve has been doing this, for almost 10 years. You can even gamble skins on third-party websites with people. But I would say that I bet you Valve is going to start working on, having their own coin or their own crypto. And, you trade that now for skins to buy, instead of buying, Steam bucks, you just buy their cryptocurrency. And now you use it to trade for weapons and all their loot boxes and cosmetics.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that Valve and Epic, I bet you, are going to be the first to, instead of buying a card at the store that's PSN credit, it's going to be a crypto. You load it into your account. So yeah, this is exciting, but like I said, I
Yeah.
don't know too much about it, so we'll see we'll see what other companies are going to jump into this.
Yeah, and it'll be cool. It'll be pretty cool too if like certain companies like like Epic or Valve or or Sony or Xbox or whatever create like these NFT items and then make them interchangeable amongst all their games. Like you have this, it's on your account, and now this silly suit or whatever, you can wear this in any game that's part of Sony's repertoire, or part of Sony's in-house stuff or whatever. So you're able to wear like a ghillie suit that you bought for Splinter Cell or something like that in a game like um Halo or something like that, or something crazy, you know what I mean? Like when you start getting to interchange these things all throughout these games on like all of their platforms and stuff, then it's really gonna be worth a whole lot. It's gonna be crazy, man. But I mean that's interesting, Arachnid, that girl had a clothing store in Second Life. I mean, I knew all that stuff, selling all those pieces and stuff like that in some of those large MMO games was worthwhile, but I didn't know you could do some shit in Photoshop and be able to like plaster it onto your character. That's pretty dope. So yeah, she was already ahead of her time on that one. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know like how to react its other comment. He says, I just don't think the metaverse being a place people go to hang out is plausible. I think, but
Mm.
I think that video games are a place people go to hang out. I mean, I think that's what people do when they play Warzone. I think that's what people do when they play Fortnite. They're going to hang out with their friends. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you mean just like a place to like sit and talk and chat, yeah, maybe it won't be like that.
But they had
But
Chat VR and that was booming.
they did have chat VR and that was booming. But I'm just saying, like I think well, like I've said before, it depends on the game, depends on
Mm-hmm.
the type of thing we're talking about. But I think that will happen, and I think like when you think about, let's say just like what Mark or I said, think about Fortnite. Imagine if they sold you a portion of Fortnite, a plot of land in Fortnite, how much money you could make off that plot of land. Like,
Oh
and
yeah.
that would be very profitable. Yeah, it's not going to be profitable forever. I mean, not even real world property is profitable forever. So I mean,
Yeah.
like everything dies, but it's just another avenue of investment. It's just another avenue of places people can actually buy and trade something that didn't exist before, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, what I would actually like to see, I might have to talk to Chat VR or whatever. But like why isn't there a virtual reality tabletop game? Like why isn't there like an area where you can go into a room, have like your friends come in, and then you guys are all playing VR on like this table. You can play like whatever board game they have, and you're just able to play your game in there, but you're at your house, you know what I mean? That would be pretty sick.
I just don't know if the technology is there yet for that, but I know what you're talking about.
In
I'm just
my
saying, I
opinion.
just think, like, yeah, let's sit and wait. Like, right, let's sit and wait. But I think if we sit and wait, we'll just see. Video games
Yeah.
aren't going anywhere. They're just going to go bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're just become more and more integrated within our lives. They're going to be more and more
Uh,
integrated. It's going to
VR.
become it's going to become more and more natural to just spend money on virtual things. I honestly
Mm.
believe that. Like, it's going to become more and more natural. It's not going to be stigmatized. It's not going to be
Oh,
weird. It's going to become more and more natural to yeah, tabletop simulator. We played that, Mark.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't know they had a VR one, so I'm gonna have to.
I didn't
I'm
I
gonna have
didn't
to
know it
take.
was VR either.
I
I
didn't
don't,
know it was VR either. Yeah,
that's
but yeah.
cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, that is.
I got you, me.